What is going on? It's Brian from Superboard Sunday, and this is another live playthrough of a sweet game that I like. And getting back into it, and I appreciate the feedback I've gotten. It's just good to be back playing some solo games, and hopefully be getting some multiplayer games to the table soon. This is going to be a solo run through of the game Gutenberg. There's a bunch of names I can't pronounce, but it's by Portal Games, and it's been out. I think I've had it for a little bit by now. I really enjoy the game, and of course, because it has a solo, I have to have the game. And it's about basically the printing press, and we're going to be fulfilling orders. It's basically a order fulfillment game. So if you like that kind of game, this is right up your alley. Yeah, it's a very it's a very cool game. As you can see, very well designed board. Graphics are pretty sweet. It's a big board. It could be condensed a little bit, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of reaching here and there and getting some stuff. But essentially, we're going to be taking some ink here, and some of these sweet letters here. They're nice wood letters, and we'll be making these orders here to fulfill based off of what letters we have and what color inks, and maybe what skill we are in certain things. So kind of how the game's going to work is we're playing against an AI, and there's a hidden bidding phase at the beginning of the game. And what we're doing is we're taking these black cubes, and whoever's going first has one less than the rest of them. But we're going to start out with 8 cubes. I think we're starting out with 7. Do I have another one around here? Oh, we were starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Should be starting out with 8. There's a rogue cube somewhere. If I don't find it. Oh, right there. So we have 8 cubes here. The AI has 7. And basically what we're doing is we're bidding on how badly we want to do these actions. The more cubes go here is basically the more we are trying to go first. Because once we reveal, and in this case it's just the AI, so we're not using the sweet player's shield that everyone would get normally. Normally it'd be behind a shield. You kind of put the actions where you want to go there, and then you would lift them and kind of see whoever has the most during that phase of the game, of the round, will go first. And then whoever has second most will go first, etc. In the case of this, and then ties go to the first player. In the case of this, we're using this pretty cool Atoma deck. It's the Atoma Factory didn't work on this, but I'll say Atoma. That's just the solo version of the game. Is the AI starts out with a preset decision-making tree here, and as you flip this card over, it'll tell you where to move certain cubes, and then that will determine what actions they will do during the round. And essentially what they're doing during the round is taking things away from you. That's kind of all they're doing. And it is a beat your own score thing, so you're not doing much maintenance besides removing things from the board. There's a score tree at the end of it. It's anywhere from 100 to 150. So my only goal in playing this game is to get past 100. It'd be nice, but that we'll see how that works out. But so to start, we got a bunch of things to look at here. So we'll talk about how the games work in general. There are, I believe, there's 5 phases, and they run exactly down on this board here. So there are 5 phases in a round. Phase 1 is taking orders, and there'll be 2 orders and 2 refinements available. And what they are 2 printings and 2 refinings. And what the printings are these cards here. They're all the cards with the letters. And essentially, in order to fulfill these, you have to have the exact number of these on the card. These printing letters on the card, and it gets you a certain amount of money. In this game, money is used for, unless otherwise noted, used to buy more letters, and you can buy more letters at any time. We're going to start out with some, but it depends on some things. And then how to get points, for the most part, is these guys right here. And this is the refinement cards. So essentially, your orders are paired up like this. You have a printing and a refinement, and this is your order right here. And you can't move this to another order or vice versa. The letters portion is required. The bottom portion is completely optional, although you should try to achieve it because it gets you points. And essentially, it's broken down into 2 parts. So here we're looking at it wants a certain amount of ink, and then it wants you to be a certain experience level on these tracks here, and we'll talk about that as we get experience. You can complete half of the card by just doing the ink, or just this, but if you complete both, you get a bonus for doing so, and there's a bunch of bonuses for each one. So that's getting an order to your little player guide here, your board, and you can hold up to 4 orders. So that's 4 pairs of these cards go here, 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 here. Getting ink is important. So up here is obviously the ink, and you are spending either nothing to get the very first bead, you're spending 1 coin to get both the first and second bead, or you're spending 3 coins total to get the first, second, and third. You can't just spend 1. You can't just spend 2 to get that third one. If you want the one on the far right, you have to take them all, and that's fine. There's no limit to how you can take, but you just can't spend 2. You'd have to spend all 3 coins to get that. And we start off with 10, so I guess that is also how money is spent, is by buying some ink. I want to look at the rule book to make sure I have the names of these refinements right, because coming up next is in the 3rd phase is refining. And I will get that right now. Or it's called developing specialties. So there are 4 specialties in the game, and the only thing I hate about this game is the rulebook. I don't like rulebooks that are the size of the box. I do have the solo rules printed on a smaller sheet here, just because it's just a little too much. But the specialties are listed right there. Let's see if we can get that. So you have typesetting, woodcutting, binding, and illuminating. Those are the 4 specialties that you are looking to upgrade on your own printing press board. And in order to do that, you can come and gain some free upgrades to this board, and that's by doing the 2nd layer here. So going there would let you do either a bump, or in this case 2 bumps on the track that matches that icon, or you can discard the card completely and just take 1 jump or bump in any track that you want. And that's purely based off your strategy. We'll get to the bottom here in a little bit, but some of these orders do require you to be a certain height or a certain rank in these specialties, and you'll be able to take either one of those depending on what order you're going in against the AI there. Next is the gears. It's obviously, you can tell I got some empty spaces here, and these gears go there. So essentially throughout the game you'll be earning gears, which give you stuff for free, maybe some discounts, but essentially you're going to be putting them in your press here and turning them based on what, every round you'll be turning it, and when you want to, you can do the action. So this would let you get a bump in that track, and then once you take that turn, or once you use that specialty, you'll cover it up, denoting that you've already taken it. And then at the end of the round, you'd remove that, and then you turn the wheel at the start of the next round, and now you have a new thing unlocked. What's cool about this game is you can hold up to 3, and as you put more and more on them, you can kind of finagle your wheels to get multiple rewards. So right now I would get these 2 things, and it's just whatever's in the white there. So it's a pretty cool system there, and we'll kind of go over what each one does as they come out. There's a lot of symbols in the game. I might be referring to that big rule book in a little bit, but these markers are just to show you that you've used the action for that round. There might be some other ways around it as well. And lastly is that we get it right. Oh, they have and actually what's cool is they have the icons right here on this player aid, so we're going to keep it right there. So improving printing houses was the cogs situation there, and then the patronage is basically big. It's big endgame points, I believe, is what the patronage cards gets you. Let me double check on that rule, because it doesn't make it apparent on the board. Sometimes I wish it would. Patronage. Players doing patronage actions may do one of the following. So these are basically, again, you have to have these on your person in order to do it, in case you have to have some ink and be a certain level in the lettering specialty, the woodcutting specialty, etc. Having a certain number of specific letters, etc. there. So each patronage card is worth 8 points at the end of the game, as it shows right there. I was looking around for it, and it does show kind of how the game is scored, and we'll get to that. In the first 2 rounds, these aren't available to you, but you can take specific actions, and the actions are right here that you can come and take if you have a cube there. So I should have mentioned first, if you don't have a cube on a specific phase, you won't be doing that action. So having at least 1 cube down on these it's a good thing. You want to have you'll be able to take the action. You might be going last, but you'll still be able to take the action. The benefits are right here is just to take an order, and there's a kind of a way there's a way to go about that if I take that action, I'll go about explaining it then. Develop a specialty, so basically take a bump on one of these tracks here. Get $3 or gain 2 inks. So gaining the inks is just simply reaching into the bag and just picking the inks that you want. It's not a random thing. So that's that. So the first 2 rounds you can only do that, and then starting at the 3rd round you can still do these, but if you fulfill these actions, you can, or if you fulfill these cards, you can then come in and fulfill them by, I believe with the inks it's paying the inks, but I want to make sure of that, and then I can explain it a little better. Just a little better. Oh, the rulebook, just nice and big. It must have the indicated specialty and then indicated inks. So for the inks, you put the inks back into the bag. So in this case, I have to be level 4 for the printing or lettering, and I'd have to have 2 red inks on me that I'm not going to be using for fulfilling orders, which we'll get to next. And then with these letters, you never spend the letters. Once you gain the letters, they're yours, and this just requires you to have them. So if, say, we're in round 4 of the game, there's 6 rounds. We will. You have basically, if it hasn't been taken yet, you can get any one of these. And now this one's now open, so you can, if you have 2 blue inks and 2 eyes in this case, you can discard the inks and just show that you have the eyes, and you can get this card. And again, each one of these cards, there's only this set amount for the game. It's worth 8 points a pop there. And there's another side of this board that's to 4 players, and in 2 to 3 player games you can add in this Atoma, so that's pretty cool. But for now we're just doing 1v1, and essentially what is going to happen is on the AI's turn, essentially if they have more cubes in the action row than me, they will just take a turn first, and all they do is just discard some things based off of a number on these cards here. These cards are numbered 1 through 4. I may go grab a dice really quick and just roll that odds or evens, because I'm not a big fan of shuffling 4 cards. And then lastly, after you're done with these phases, give me a second. After you're done with those phases, you're going to fulfill orders. So any orders that you can fulfill with your letters and your inks, you will fulfill them. You can't use the same letter on multiple orders during the same round. So basically, if I fulfill this order here, I can't then use these letters immediately on another order. You have to have the letters for each order that you want to fulfill. And inks is just the same, is you need that many inks as well. That's pretty much the game, and then we're going to wash, rinse, repeat. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last round is right here, and then we move on to scoring. So we're just going to kind of go through it, and to start the game in the solo game, in all games, everyone's going to get a couple of these specialties, and they're going to choose one, and they're just going to go right here on this board. They would fit, but in order to get everything on camera, I'm just going to kind of put it, lay it on it. But we have 2 people, and I guess, it's a little stream here. Maybe we'll just know who these people are first, because this game does have character biographies. So I actually have Johannes Gutenberg himself right there, and I have a lady by the name of Helena Ungler. So we have that, and again, the biographies are in the book, are in the rule book, and it's a pretty sweet read. But these will give you a special power throughout the game. So I'm going to look at what these mean, because I don't know what they mean. So they give us, we have to choose one of them, and luckily at the very back of the book they tell you a little something. So Helena, immediately after selecting this character, this player advances one specialty to level 1 and another one to level 2, then advances their reward marker, which I haven't talked about, to level 2 and receives that reward, that's actually pretty sweet. Johannes, though, after all players reveal their initiative boards, but before players execute actions, this player may shift one initiative marker on his board to a different action. So that's pretty sweet. They're both very good. Essentially, Johannes lets you kind of, after the fact, move a cube somewhere else, potentially giving you the lead in one of the actions. But Helena's is pretty good in that she lets you bump things up already. You can kind of get a view of the board at the start, which is very nice. So I'm gonna go with her, because this will help me pick my orders. Because at the start of the game, you pick what orders you want. You pick 2 to start, and then we set the table up. So it's even though this one's very good, the Johannes is nice, but we'll put them away for now. But it's so back to this board here. You can kind of see them, but at levels 2, 4, 5, and 6, you see little arrows that go this way. The first time a cube gets to that level, in this case level 2, you're able to bump your little disc to the right, gaining you that reward. So in this case, since I got to level 2 there, I will bump here and I get 1 ink for free. When the next cube reaches that level, nothing happens. It's just whenever the first cube reaches these little hashed marks, does this move over. But in a benefit of getting things higher on this board is the last 3 positions on each of these tracks is points. So essentially, if I have all 4 of these up to level 6, that's 24 points. And any bump past that would give me $3. So that's a thing there. And you get rewards along the way here. The rewards range from inks to orders. I believe that's a letter. I'm going to double check that symbol. Yes, take a selected type. So yeah, take any sort of type. So basically, at least getting 1 cube up to the top is a good thing, because then you just let you grab a letter for free. Otherwise, you're paying money for letters, and we'll get into how much that might cost later. Because we're going to start with 3. We're going to start with 3 letters, and we're going to want to buy more throughout the game using the money. And once I think we'll need to buy one, then we'll get into it. But for now, we must start the game and pick a couple orders. Well, it does say immediately move these. So I have my eyes on these things. I do see a bunch that are looking for A's in certain positions. So I think I'm going to bump my A to the 2nd position. And I will put maybe my ink in the 1st position. And because I moved my A to the 2nd position, I can move this, and now I get a free ink of my choice. And basically, this power is now over. So some of them are ongoing. In the case of Johannes, he lets you do things every round. But now my power with using Helena is over. But since it's a solo game, I get kind of free reign of these cards. I get to kind of choose a color that might benefit me, and I'm not paying for it. So I like the look of this one being kind of simple. So I might just grab a red off the bat. And once you spend these, they go back in the bag. And if you go looking for, it's a finite resource. So if the color is not in here, then you're not going to get it. You won't get it until someone spends it. There's no limit to the resources you can have, especially with letters. They do come with wood letter or like cardboard letters as well, but if you run out of them, that's kind of the finite resource there. But to start, we have to pick 2 orders. I'm gonna keep my inks kind of here, and we'll put my orders here for now. I will not get these confused. I promise that. But grabbing 2 orders, and you don't have to grab it by the pair. You can grab it however you want. I like the easy order here of that. And I could potentially get this if I work a few things throughout the way. So I definitely like the look of these. I like this red being there. And let's see what else. And then I just shuffle these back in. And these are kind of all the same IOUs, but maybe an A would benefit me some way. So I'm going to go with this. And like I said, with these orders, you do not have to do the bottom portion of the order, but that's how you get points. You can also get points by converting money. So every $3 is worth a point at the end of the game, as well as points for being at a certain space up here. But let me just clear the board a little bit. And then we set it up. All right, so now we are in round 1, and we'll put the round marker back here. So again, in round 1, once we get down to this phase down here, we will, which I may as well tell you what the phase is called instead of saying this phase, the patronage phase. We can only do these actions here. They're free to use, they're free to do, and we also have, we have 1 cube left over from our setup to mark what we're doing. In the case of the Atoma, they will just tell you what number they're taking and block that. So actually, on that note, I'm going to grab a die, because it will be a little easier than shuffling 4 cards, so give me 1 second. Okay, so I got a die here. So we'll, instead of choosing with the cards, which again, these cards literally just have 1, 2, 3, 4 on them, we'll just kind of roll a die and call odds or evens. Again, it's just about you randomizing it, so it gives the AI a chance to get something from you. And again, the AI doesn't score points, so you're going to score points only by, with your marker here. Otherwise, with everyone set up, there'd be more than 1 marker here, but this is just to beat your own score. So we'll see what we can do. This is round number 1. And basically the first phase is the planning phase. So we're going to be taking these and putting them where we want to go. There's a set of colors I'd like to get over there. My thought is I like a color and, what are we calling it? A developed specialty more. So these 3 I like to focus more on round 1. So if I put 3 here, I put 3 there. The gears kind of look like I could take advantage of either of them, so I'm not super keen on getting one first. So it doesn't matter which one kind of goes away. And then patronage, it doesn't really matter right now for me. I mean, maybe bumping up a specialty would be cool, considering I need at least a couple more bumps on these two. Um, I like this because I really want the ones on the right, and right now I'm winning on that. Oh, and I don't have the first player marker. It is in the box, so let me get it. Hold on. First player marker. So the first player is denoted as the AI. So if there's a tie, the AI will get it. But the next time, at the end of the round, this is passed to the person to the left and one of his cubes as well. All right, so I like this. I don't know if I need any more orders right now, so I might keep it like this. So the only action I won't take this round is getting orders, which doesn't really matter because now the AI will do something with them and they're going to be discarded anyway. He doesn't really take them. He just kind of stops you from taking things you might want. So there's I'm a little bit in jeopardy about this guy here. The patronage I really don't. I might do that. That would almost assure me that I get it. Because either of these specialties there, I don't mind enhancing. And in fact, I could use them as a one bump, but getting that ink to 3 would help me get closer to this guy. And actually, what I didn't do first is I need to grab 3 types. I'm gonna grab an A because you start with types. I'm gonna grab an A, an I, and a U. Just grab that from here. Only vowels in the game, of course. I'm gonna grab I grab A, an I, and a U. So I have those to start. Getting more would be good. I can always spend money to make. It's gonna cost me some money to get these, but I have A, I, U. If I want, basically, the next 2 I'd have to spend some money, but I can use some money to get this pretty quickly. I think I might want to go that route. So that's what I'm going to do. We flip over the card and we see what the AI does, and it's pretty easy to follow this. So essentially, you're going to be moving 1 from his patronage to the orders, and you're going to be moving 1 from his ink to his orders. And then that's it. And then then one from its maximum place to its smallest place. So this one's actually going to go back down here, and you're going to do that. And that's pretty much how that goes. I don't know what this is. I'll have to check that out. I think that's a tiebreaker. Oh, so yeah, that's a tiebreaker where you start. I'm gonna ditch the big rule book and pull this one out. If there's a tie for minimum and maximum, in this case there was no tie for maximum, but if there was a tie for maximum, you would start looking at this level here and going down to see what does that. We're going to keep that there. This has a little decision on where it's coming from, where the cube is coming from at the end of the round. But for now, we're doing this. So I'm not going to refresh the top orders there yet. They would just take some away. So now that we're in the take orders phase, he would go first and he would take 1 away from me. But since I'm not going, it doesn't matter to me. So we're not going to do it. Same with the inks, but except I get to go first, and I'm going to actually, I just want that yellow and that gray. So I'm just going to pay 1 coin from my 5. And so that will get me 4 back. I'm going to grab the yellow and gray. So now I have that, and I'm close to this, which is pretty sweet. Patronage, we're tied, so he's going to go first. So this is when we are going to roll, and we'll just do, again, odds, evens to see which one he's going to take. And he'll take that one. So he's not taking it. We'll just ignore that, and so we'll be taking this one. And again, I could use it on anything. I think I'm going to actually use it on... I could bump ink twice, which is pretty good for this one here. Oh, I don't... Did I take... Oh, yeah, my red ink is right here. I'm like, where's my red ink? So getting this order is good, but right here I can do right now. I think I'm going to try to get this order out of the way right now. So I will, instead of doing these two, which that might get me later. No. Let's do this. Let's bump the ink up twice. So that's at level 3 now. And this is discarded. That one will be discarded too at the end of the round. So now we're on the gears. We each have one, so he will go first. So we'll do odds, evens. He will take that one, so I can only take this one. And this one will just let me get a bump on the... Doesn't tell me in this, on this track. As well as every time I take a bump on that track, luckily I should have printed this one off too. In this case, it is, the player gains, I would gain 2 fame points for each order they fulfill with this specific refinement on it. So I have none right now, but that's essentially what that is. So maybe I will bump this up. Now it gives me something to look forward on the refinement side. So I will start that there, and they took that away. Coming up next is the patronage, and we both have one, so we're tied. So he will go first. In this case, he would have taken a card if he was first, but he is because the first 2 rounds are you can't take any of these cards yet. He won't, but he will take one of these cards. So we're actually going to roll until we get a 1, 2, 3, or 4. So he's going to be taking the 2 inks. So they'll just, in my mind, block that. I could do that because I'm not using that wheel right now. So I get to choose one of these. Actually, that's not too bad. I might bump this guy up. And so I would go here, and I would bump this guy up 1. Actually, if I bump that to 4, now I'll bump that to 1. And I'm actually going to use this wheel right now, just so I can. You can use it once around, and I'm going to put that here, which gets me a bump on that there. Now, what am I looking for? I could fulfill that now, and I can maybe buy some more. I'm going to get some money from this, but not enough. Do I want to... I need to buy 2 letters. Buying letters is the cost of what number letter it would be in your inventory. So essentially, I have 3 letters. My 4th letter will cost me 4. My 5th will cost me 5, etc. So if I want to buy letters now, it would be my 4th and 5th, and it would cost me $9. I have exactly 9, and I think I will. It's going to get me a bunch of points. It might not be the smartest, but it will help me on some cheaper orders down the line. I'm going to buy another I and an O with my money. You can do this anytime during the game. I'm going to buy O and another I. And these, again, don't run out. So you'll have these orders. You just can't use them on multiple orders at once. So that's it. So now we're going to fulfill orders, which you just do as yourself. You don't. The AI doesn't have any orders to fill. So I'll bring these over here just to center them up. So I won't do this every time, but I have the A, the I, the O, the U. So that alone will get me $7. And I have a red ink, which I'll spend by putting back in the bag. my coloring is at level, or I think it's my color, is at level 3. So I get 2 points for the red, 2 points for the level on the ink, and so for completing both of those, I get an additional 2 points, so that's 6 total points. So that should be that. These go just to the side. These are done. I can't use these letters on here, even though I have the colors and the level, but we'll be working on that for sure next time. And in fact, you can even, this isn't part of this planning turn, but we're going to be doing it next turn. We're doing that, so it gives me a reminder of what I'm working towards for the next round. But that is that round. So essentially, a little bit of cleanup happens now, and then we'll go into it. We'll go into the next phase. So hold on one second. Let me clean some stuff up. All right, so that is the cleanup. And then to start the next round, you rotate your gears. So I've used that one, so that is, I can take that X off, and then I still have to rotate this. So now, in this round, while this gear is in the white area here, I can get 2 extra points if I fulfill an order with a bear on it, which I don't have. What you can do, though, with the gear, let me get some gears out. What you can do with the gears, if you don't want one that's available, you can pop one up, turn it to wherever you want it, and set it in. So that's a possibility for this, just to get it, keep it going there. And then the first player token passes to me as well as one of his, and what he does is at the end of the round, the Otoma passes or receives the initial marker, so he passed it. So I would receive workers. Oh no, he would receive workers, right? Because I had more, so he gets one. So he's receiving one of mine because I'm going first. So he'll have 8. So I'm giving one. If he receives markers, put them the one after the action which has the fewest placed. So there's 2. We're going to be using the tie card. So he'll start here and look down. So he will go here. That's where his will be. And then obviously ours can go wherever because we are human. So lots to think about. I'll be able to get this one, so that's no problem. So now I'm out of ink, out of orders. So I got to get some. I have an A, an I, and an O. So it looks like I'm going to need some blue ink. I will probably be able to bump something up to get that. That looks like a nice one to go for. Oops. So I have money for that, which is good. So either of those 2 are fine. I'd say a blue would be fine to get. So maybe I would like that one too. So I'm gonna put 2 in the top. I want to participate in the ink. I don't necessarily need to really gun for it. That blue would be nice, but I think I'd be able to do this once I bump one of these up. Again, I'm going to put one in the patronage. The gears are nice because they give me some free reds. So maybe a little extra in there and one there. So I kind of actually almost matched him. Again, I break ties as the first player, so I'm not too concerned about that. So we're in round 2. My thoughts are pretty much that. I would like to get some orders, potentially have a tie, which would be nice. The inks I really don't care about. The patronage, I can do something with both of them, so I'm fine with that. The gears I'd like to have a little bit more of an edge on, and the bottom I don't. So I'm kind of even. Let's see what they want to do. They're moving ink to gear. They really want to do gears this turn. So the one that I wanted to do most on. Actually, so they're doing ink to gear. Then they're doing order to gear. And then they're moving wherever their max is to wherever their least is. So this gear is going back to the paint. So that's actually pretty good for the first two things. For the things that I wanted, I'll be able to get because I am I break ties. So to start, we're going to get some orders. It doesn't matter which ones I get there. I could always start going for other ones. But for now, I'm going to grab this AO. And this blue up top. And so just to kind of see, I have the AO here. I'll put the letters there just to show that I have it. I'm just missing a blue at this point. And I would like to get a blue. So let's see what happens. I get to break a tie, so I'm going to go there. It's going to cost me $3 because I want that blue, and you have to buy all of them. But it also gives you some other inks too. It's not a. I'm still going to be getting some money back. But do I need to go that far? Because the next upgrade I make will get me an ink, and completing these orders will give me inks. So I don't think I'll be fine with not getting that blue. So maybe I'll just spend one. I'm going to get a free ink right here when I bump this over in a second. Maybe I'll just spend one. Do I have to spend any? I don't know if I have to spend any. I'm not going to. Might be foolish, but I'm not going to spend it. I am going to spend it. I'm going to spend the one to get these two inks. 2, 1. That's fine. They would have done something, but again, if you're going first, it doesn't matter with the AI. It would just take stuff from you. So coming down next is the upgrades. They will go first, so we're doing odds and evens to see which one we can't get. We can't go for that one, and that's a fine one to take, so we'll take this one, and we're going to bump both of these, the type and this. And because we're up in the 4th level, just with the first time you get to the 4th level, you would bump this over 1, and you get the reward here. So I'm looking to get some ink, and I want the blue ink because I want to fulfill this order. I know there's plenty in here. These beads don't come with the game. You can get these beads at Walmart. They're for fish tanks, but I think they look better with the game. So I have that there. I'm in a good spot for both of these orders. It's pretty sweet. So for the gears, we are tied, which means I can go first. You don't have to do this, but it's good to keep track. You know, it's kind of like order management. There, that's actually pretty good. So if I do want this. This one's actually very good. Do I have a U? Yeah, so this would be good for me short term. So with that, but that's fine. But this would allow me to either buy U's for 3 less or get 2 points if I fulfill an order with a U. Now I know I'm in a position that I'm going to be spending a U, but maybe next round I'll need a U. So starting off on this cog first would be good. You place it in your wheelhouse. It's gotta learn how this thing turns. So maybe I want it. No, I do. Well, I mean, I want that first. So that is interesting. So even though in this scenario, it would come up next for me, I might want a U in 2 rounds later because I'm turning this dial here. That's fine. But I know I'll be completing a U order this round, so that's fine. Then they would go and take that one away. Now we're on the bottom. They get to go first, so we're just looking for one through 4. There will block this one here. I'm just going to put this here to denote that I can't use that one. Let's see. What do I need up here? This is interesting. I could get another order card, and I want to actually see how that works. So let me check the rule book on that, because maybe I just want to get an order and see what else I would need. Let me make sure I know what that means. Just says take an order, but I'm not sure from where, if that's not refreshed yet. Excuse me. See order as reward, page 8. Order as reward. It's also possible to gain one. The symbol indicates such reward. In this case, a player draws 2 printing cards and 2 refinement cards from the deck and chooses one of each type, then places an empty slot in their house, and then they're discarded. If you're not satisfied with the 4 drawn, you can pay 2 more bucks to draw 2 more cards. Okay, so we're drawing 2 and 2. So I'm going here as my choice. Also, we're good here, and we'll get to that in a second. But I'm going to draw 2 of these. Two of these. And I like this here, this combo. So now we're going to move a little stuff here. Although I don't have 2 A's, that's fine. But I think this is easy to achieve. Although this is 6 points. I don't know what I want this one, actually. I was going for easy stuff, and we're trying to beat the AI here. So we're going to go with these 2 here. The AU, and then the red, blue, and then that at 3. So we're kind of almost there. We just have to get some more inks, which is fine. So we did that, and now it's on the fulfill order phase. So I'm going to fulfill all of these. So we'll do it all at once. So I have the I and the U for $2. So I'll grab that. Actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can't. Can you use the rewards on the next order? I don't believe you can. So I think when you're making your orders fulfilled, all the cards requirements, orders must be fulfilled simultaneously. This you can get letters at any time. Specialties are permanent, not discarded. Permanently linked cards. Can I use rewards to fill other? I wonder if I can or can't. I don't know, as many types as they want. Players should place their types on the order cards in the rare event. Yep. My question is, can I use rewards, as in the money I gain from rewards, from orders, to then spend on letters? I think I can. Fulfill orders. Each order has 2 cards. Did that. Okay. I think that's the way to go. So what I want to do is the things I earn. I thought I read something somewhere. Sorry about the confusion on that. Okay, so the only thing I can't reuse is the letters. But I might want to buy letters. And this gear is actually here, so that kind of stinks. And I didn't think that far ahead. So yes, I'm gonna get the $2 here. And then I have met the requirements down here to give me 6 points and an ink. So that's another 6 points and any ink that I want. Let me grab a blue. Yeah, I got that there. Oh, and because I fulfilled an order with a U, I get an extra 2 points. I should have started this cog here, but I didn't know I was getting that card, so it's not. I get 2 points. So I get now I completed this one, which I get $2 for. And I get any ink. May as well do a yellow to kind of have a little bit of a spread in case something comes up that needs a yellow. And that would give me 4 points. Now, if I wanted to buy an A and a U right now, it would cost me $13. So I don't even have that. If I had this gear in the right slot, it would be 10, and I would just have it. So that would have been a cool move. But again, we didn't think that far ahead. But now we can start thinking that far ahead, which is fine. So we'll do that there. We have used that reward. We didn't fulfill any rewards with that, so that's fine. So we'll discard the resources that we used. You hang on to the letters. You just discard the inks. These orders are going away. And then we do end of round prep. So that is that so far. So we're giving the token to this. So he's going to be giving us a token, and that's going to come from the place that he has the most of. He's tied in these 3. So he's going to be starting with this and working his way back up and down as the tiebreaker. So he's actually starting down here. So we'll get this one. He's going to give us this one. Pretty cool system. Those stay there. These will come here. We are now in round 3, and give me a second again to clean up the board, and we'll get started on the next round. All right. Oh, and then we have to turn our wheel once to the right. So the next 2 are facing. And unfortunately, for my machine, I don't have anything I can activate this round. But as part of the activation, as part of the improving the, what's it called? Improving the printing houses, I can, instead of taking a gear, pop up one of these and move it to wherever I want. Now I have an A, O, U, and 2 I's, which is exactly what that one wants up there. I could fulfill 2 orders. And that's good up there if I can get it. So I would take either of these, actually. So I'm going to just put 2 here on the order fulfillment. Just put 2. The inks I actually have for those orders. So I want to. I don't know if I even need to participate. Maybe I might not. How are the gears looking? So gears are looking good. You get discounts on eyes. You also get points for fulfilling an order with an eye, which I would. Points are good. I actually have to these guys up here, so I will take any of those because the A is good. These are discarded here. Sorry. Either A's are good. Obviously, the double A would get me a lot of good points. It would actually get me an order and any letter. So I do want a little extra there. The gears I could take either or leave either. Right now I'm thinking 2. Then maybe just 1. Oh, but I can do this one. I want to make sure I have enough there. Because if he goes first, he will take this card. If there is an icon here in which he wants that. And actually that kind of changes a little bit. So I would need the red inks, which I don't know how I would get in time. You can't just buy ink. So I might be out on that one, unfortunately. He might grab it, which is fine. And that's 8 points, huh? We'll take a risk on that. I would love to participate. So that's it. So 2 up there. Right now we're winning that, but he'll be moving a couple things. And then that will determine what I'm getting, pretty much. He'll either take this or that, in terms of which ones. So that looks good. I don't need any inks from this round because I have a couple inks here. And I can't take from both sides. It'd have to be one or the other. Specialties I'd like to have more in. I'd like to take that one right there, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, the gears I want to participate, so maybe I'll bump this here to make sure I get that. And then patronage, I don't think I wasn't planning that far ahead, so we'll see what happens with this. So we'll flip the card. I'll kind of see where we're at here. And he'll take it, but that's fine. Because he goes first in a tie break. This is going to go from ink to specialty, and from gear to that. So that's where that's going to be. And in fact, had I put one more there, I would have been in the running, but he still would have taken it. This icon here, you kind of can't see because of the glare. The icon here means if there's if we're in a round where you can take cards, he would go and take the farthest left available one. So in this case, he will end up taking this one from me, which is fine. But we start here and we're tied, so we're gonna roll. It's odds or evens, and what happens is he'll take the kind of labeled 1, 2, 1, 2. So he's either taking the first 2 or the second 2. I'd like it if he didn't take. I like to not roll odds, but let's see. Odds. So it's my turn, and I'll take the other 2. Sorry about that. We take these 2. That's fine. None of us are participating in ink, which is very interesting. So no ink is going to be taken. Obviously, after each round, the things are discarded. So you would put them back into the bags, but we'll get to that later. I do win this one, which is good. So I'm going to take this one here. I get this one, which bumps this up twice. Actually, this will be fine, actually. So because this bumps up twice, I get both bumps on these things here. I get to get an order and then get a letter. The letter I want would be A right now, but let's see what orders we get. Again, when you have this get order symbol, you draw 2 from each deck. Pick. Looking for the one with most points, but those are not great points. Not great points. So actually, this is a very good point. If I could get another blue somehow, which I would here. Maybe I like this one. I wouldn't get the 3 points, so I'd only get 4 points with just this one, which is fine. Then maybe this one. So these are discarded. And then I get a letter of my choice, and I would like to take an A. So that's free, which is very good. Because now I can kind of... There's that, but this one would give me more points for fulfilling. So I might use these right now. Because I have everything to fulfill that. So that kind of was I still have something to work towards. Is nice. This is just a tough one to get there. Unless I want to buy 2 A's, that will cost me $15, which I definitely don't have right now. I will, though. Okay. Enough talking, more gaming. Next is the gears were tied, so he's either taking that one or that one. He is going to take that one, so I can take that one, which I don't... I would need to buy 2 more A's. That's a lot of A's. But I'm completing one with an I, so that would give me more points. I'll be working on I's and U's pretty much. Or I can move this one. Oh, I was going to complete this one. Shoot. So I do need 2 more letters. This would go here. Whoa, so I might need 2 more letters anyway. So in this scenario, I think I want to... Instead of grabbing any one of those, I think I want to take this and flip it to this side. Because now I can buy a U for 3 less, and I could use a U right here. So if I want to buy my 7th and 8th letters, it's going to cost me 15. Minus 3 is 12. And we're not there yet, but we will get there with this. So this will still be done. I've kind of lost track of that. So that was that action there. And then we're here. He will take this. And I could look at another order. Get 2 inks, which is good. Or $3. $3 I can do what I want right now. I'll take the $3. Which is here. So I took the $3. And what I want to do with this is I want to buy another A. So that's going to cost me $7 on my 7th letter. And then I don't have enough. That's 5, 10. It costs me 15 minus 3. So I need $12 to go because I get a discount on the U, which I will do that right now. I got to spend 12. Here's 10, 12. I'm going to grab an A and a U. Luckily, that's going to work out just fine. That's that. He ended up taking that. So now we're in the fulfilling orders phase, and I get to fulfill these in completion. So this will give me $5. This will give me $2. So I'll take 7. Thank you. And I've completed all of these to completion. So I'm going to get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points and a free ink. I should be way farther ahead, but I think we're gonna have enough letters to do stuff, and then a free ink. I don't know what orders we need, so I'm gonna grab a, and I'm out of ink after this, so I'm gonna grab a red. These inks go back to the bag. These letters come back. Oh wait, did I just have an ink there? Did I have a? I didn't fulfill this one. I forget what was there though. I just dropped 4 in here. Oh, I want to say I had a gray out. I'm pretty sure I had that gray there. That red is mine. So these are gone this way. The letters come back to me, and these 4 orders kind of. Okay. So that is that. We're gonna move the round marker here. This comes to me, so I give him 1. Doesn't matter from where for me, but it's gonna go here because that's his least filled spot right there. And then I'm gonna clean up the board, and we'll start round 4. We're halfway through. I got a long way to go, but I have a lot of letters, so it's time to focus a little bit more on the orders and inks. So let's clean the board up. Cleaned up, and the only thing I've left to do is turn the gears once. So now completing orders with use gives me 2 extra points, as well as I can get a free bump on that track, this track here. I'm gonna just organize some of these letters now to let myself know. I have these here. The inks. Hold on. There's that. So I'm maxed out here, but that won't discourage. It shouldn't discourage you from not moving these up, because as you get these up more, you will get more points. So right now I have 7 points just because these 2 are up this far. Let's take a look at what we want to do. I definitely want more orders. I have an A, and I, and 2 U's. There's an order for that right there, so that might want to give me a little extra boost. There, I do have first player, so ties are in my favor. So that one over there is good. I could always buy another O. That would cost me some money I don't have at the moment. Then over here, I could fulfill that one on the left if I can get a yellow ink, which is there. But I definitely want to be somewhat of an ink guy. Any one of those will be fine, really. That one's nice, but I'm not up on this at all to get those points. I could get there. No, I couldn't. So, yeah, that's kind of where I want to be. The inks are... I need a blue, so I'd like to at least have a tie at the ink. The second card, the cards here, I really could take any one. Yeah, I really could take any one there. I will probably end up grabbing that one, but we'll see. And then the gears, it's always good to participate in the gears. So I want to do that. I won't have 2 blues to get this, so he might get this card again or just take it away from me. But I do always want to participate in this. So I think I'll do this, which is kind of a safe bet. I do want an order. I know which ones I want, but he might just end up forcing me to take something I have to scramble with. We'll see. Yeah, because I definitely need a blue. I need one blue ink. You can't just buy them. Those gears are good too. So we'll see where it ends up. That's where I'm going to stay. Oh man, of course he would. But he's not. I'm not out of it yet. He's taking both of these and going to inks. So he's going to go first in inks, but I'm hoping he goes for those and not those, but we'll see. I get first pick of the order, which is good. So what I want, I'll just grab this one. And then for the inks, it's odds or evens. He'll take all of them. He's taking the one that I want, so I get a chance to buy those, which kind of stinks, and I want that yellow. So I'm going to spend $3 to grab all those. I want the yellow for this. I need a blue. Eeks. That's where this will come in then. Yeah, actually that's fine actually. So I didn't really need to do that. It's an expensive move, but that's fine because I can go here and get 2 inks. And he's going to end up taking that card. I would have a chance to if I had 2 blue inks, so that's a thing of the past. Thing of the pasta. Before we go further, I'm going to use this gear to bump this up 1. And I'm going to put these letters here. Know that I've done something with them. We are now at the part under there. It's the develop specialties. I can go up further in ink or wood. If I go up in ink and wood carving, or ink and bear, maybe I'll do ink. I call it bear, but it's not that. It's I think carving. I don't even know what that one is. I forget already. So I'm going with this one. I break ties. The next phase gears, it's a tie, so I will get my 3rd gear. And then again, if you use a gear before this part, you can't remove this one, but I could remove and replace, but it can do some things. But I think since these both have A's, we're in a good position here because these are both the exact same. So I'm gonna grab this one and put it on the part that says get 2 points for fulfilling an order with an A, which goes nicely right there. So I'm going to get some extra bonus points for doing some things, which is, you need points. So then we're coming down to this part here. He would take this. Sorry about that again. Working on a new setup. Hit the camera. He would take that. I'm going to come over here. I need the inks in order to fulfill orders. I'm going to grab 2 blues. In hopes I can snag that. I'll need one of these blues right now. But essentially, maybe I can get one more. So there's that. Wait, so I was here. Bumped it up. Did it again. Oh, I won't be able to get these extra points. That's interesting. So I'll be losing 3 points here. But I'll gain them here because I'm not up to 4 here. That's fine. I wouldn't be able to fulfill the order anyway if I didn't have the ink, so I need that. We're all good there. Fulfilling orders time. I'm going to fulfill this whole order here, so I'm going to get $3. I'm going to get $4. And I would get 4 points. And then for this one, I would get $5. And I just fulfilled this part only. I thought I had up to here, but that's fine. I'm going to get the 4 points for doing that, as well as 2 points for, or 4 points, because I 2 orders with an A, 2 orders with an A. That's worth 4 points, and this one's worth 2 extra points. So 6 points plus 4, going to be 10 more points. Now we're grooving. The letters come back to me. These inks go away. Clear off my gears here. I feel like I'm not playing enough orders, but I need to get to here in the next 2 rounds, and that's just, we'll see what happens. Hey, we'll see what happens. This is going to move to here, and I get to move these once. So I get discounts on A's, and I get points if I get orders with this icon in it. Let me clean the board up for the second to last round, and I'll be right back. Okay. We are at round 5. I'd like to get this. I feel I can get this is worth 8 points. I feel like I want to get that. Oh, this goes here, and he's going to give me something from his most used spot, which would be the ink. Because now I have more than him. I'm going to load the bottom up with 3 in hopes I can get some blues. The problem is I have to spend blues for that. Fine. If I focus on that, that's an 8-point swing. I have something I want. I want that one over there. This is tough. Because now the decisions get crazy. Because I definitely, even though the AI would go first in some cases, it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to take something I want. But that's the chance. That's the chance you take. There's some things I definitely want, but it's how much do you really want to go for it? Because I know I can get that one, no problem. On the right, I can get any order. It doesn't matter. It's just kind of the ones over there I'm focused on. I should grab a little pointer pen somewhere to kind of work on that. But and I definitely want to get this because that's 8 points. That would be sweet because that is 11 points. Is it worth dumping? Is it worth not even getting a patronage, a bonus, or a specialty, or a gear? Because the gears I have here are pretty good. I just need to... I'd probably dump this one, though. This one stinks. And then this one would kick off, so I definitely want that one. It might be a waste, though, because of the ties. This is tough. Blind bidding against a AI is wild. I don't need this. I mean, I do want that set of ink over there. It's a very interesting. I'm just gonna do, because I want this. I don't care about the gears this round, but we're gonna go with this and see what happens. I gotta make a decision sometime, right? So he's gonna move something from the orders down to this, and he's moving something from this, ooh, nice, down to the gears. That actually worked out great for me, except for the ink, but that's the only risk that we're taking. So for the orders, I get to pick whatever I want. It doesn't much matter, because I'm not doing anything with the gears. Doesn't matter what one of those I want, because I have plenty of each, plenty of U's and 1O. I do have 2 I's and 2 U's, so I'll go with that one. This might make me run into some trouble here, but so I'm going to put the I's and the O's here. I have a red, but I need yellow. In order to get that, I need to make sure that he doesn't take it from me. So he's going to go first and picking that. It's going to be odds or evens on which ones he's taking. Yes, so he's going to be taking that one. So I need the yellow, so I have to purchase all 3 of them. So it's going to cost me $3. And having this blue just got me 8 points, and I'll show you why in a sec. All right, so we're down to the specialties. He's not taking anything, so I have my free reign on him. I'm going to take this one, because that will bump this scoring twice into the 3 points. He is taking gears. I'm not taking gears, so it doesn't matter what goes and what stays and what goes. Coming down to the last one, I get to go first. I'm going to spend these 2 inks. Oh, I need to spend 2 I's. No, I need to have I's. So no, so you're spending the inks, and you just have to have the letters. I have I's, I believe. Let me double check that. I'm pretty sure that's the case. When it comes to fulfilling those, you just have to have the letters. Yes, just have to have the I's. So I'm spending the blues. I have 2 I's, so I'm going to get this, and this is worth 8 points. This is very good. And again, it doesn't matter what he does because he does not scoring points. For me, I will be looking at this and fulfilling my order. So I get $2 here, and no bonuses. Oh, well, $2 just right now. I'm not doing so great, but whatever. we're playing. No, I do like this game a lot. $2 for that, and then I've fulfilled all of this. I'm in level 3 of this one and this one. So I get 4, 8, 11, and because there is that icon in the order, I get 2 more. So that's 13 points. That's not that bad. And again, the letters come back. The ink goes away. And that's the order there. So now we clean up for the final round. This marker goes here. I will turn the gears once more. This is a tough one right here. I've had my gears a little shifty, so it's all about doing this. And then I'm gonna shuffle. I'm gonna redraw out for the last round. So, little explanation. There is, I think there's one less card than there could be. So you're taking whatever's left and shuffling them and putting them out. But there's just two that you need to put out. Yeah. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna lay out for the next round. And the table was set for the final round. So, I will get first player, and I give him one of these, and it will go to whatever he has the least in, so it'll be the middle one here. So, now, lots to think about. I need some points. I have 2 reds and a gray, which doesn't do me much good for here. Doesn't really do me any good. That one gives me more points over there, but I can't achieve that without a yellow somehow. This is actually, I want this. That's 8 points. And I'm at level 3. Oh yeah, I'm past this for here. So I do want to at least have 3 down here so I can break a tie. Hoping he doesn't go crazy on this one, but you never really know. The orders I care about. I'm trying to figure out how we can get some ink. I don't think there's a way to. Ink is king, and I wish there was a way to buy ink, but you cannot. It's all that you get from here. So it's a luck of the draw when it comes to the ink. I'll be able to get 2 points with that. Nothing with that. And then there's always money. I'd be able to get a new order if I draw from there, so that might be good. I'm gonna do this. Whoa. I didn't do anything yet. I gotta play my movements. I'll want some ink. I don't know what I want, and I don't care which one it is. The specialties, I'd like that one. Maybe I'll put an extra one there. Ooh, man, and having a gear would be good too. Is interesting. Do I want to do that and then just let chance do a thing here? Yeah. Because I'm fine with either of those, really. I actually am fine with either of them. So let's do it to it. Let's just see what I get, and I definitely want this. So that's all I really want. Let's flip these. He's going to take this and go to orders. He's going to take ink and go to that. Oh, whew. We're tied, but that's fine because I want to be tied because I can break them. So we start with the orders. He's going to take either this one or this one. He's taking those, so I get to get these on the left. For inks, we're tied, so I'll go. What really looks good? I need a blue, so the cheapest blue is over there. Oh, I won't be able to get that, which is stinky. There's really no way to get that up. Huh. Because I need to be woodworking 3. That's only going to give me 2, so I'm definitely going to go for that instead. But what inks do I need? I just need the blue. I may as well go for the cheapest one. And then hopefully the orders that come out might help me out. Oh, I'm just going to go for those. So it's going to cost me $3. You don't have to buy them all, but I want to see what orders come out this, because now I get to do bottom here. And I'll do that over there. I'll take this one, which I get to bump one in the A and then the ink here. So because I can't go past the top, I just get $3. And he's going to decide which wheel I get. Odds or evens is the one he's going to take. So he will take that one, which is the one I wanted. So that kind of stinks. What do I want to do here? I could just, I can buy use, or I can turn this one, or I can get rid of that, or I can take that one. It doesn't really matter, but what I'm going to do is just pop this one off, turn it to where I want to, and have it here, because that'll give me some more points for doing this. It's kind of a consolation prize for not getting this, which, whatever. That's fine. The good news is I get to get this, which is 8 points. Because I'm at the required level. We're tied, but I break ties. And then that's the game. I gotta fulfill orders now, though. So I got an A, an O, and a U, and a blue. So I get $3 and 2 points. Because it has a U in it, I get 2 more points, so I get 4 points for that. So mark that as taken. That's kind of a bummer, the way these wheels are turned. But that's 4 points for me. I don't think I'm going to hit 100. That's rough. So that is done. I'll just remove the ink and the cards. And we'll go into final scoring, unless there's something else I'm missing before the last round. Can I sell stuff? Can I sell my inks? I don't think so, but it'd be sweet. After 6 rounds, yep, you get your points. Nope, it's all right there. Okay, so we're gonna go through these here and calculate the points here. So basically, you're gonna get your points for these here. So I would get 12. That'll be 15 points. And then I will get 16 more points, which would be 91. And then I get a point per, or a point for every $3. So I have 6, 7, 8. So I just get 2 more points, and I got 93. So I did lose. Here's the scale. Solitaire players may earn professional titles from the printing guild based on their scores. So over 150 is you've mastered the game. You gotta just sell it and get something else. Under 100, so I guess I got something because it wasn't get 100. It's less than 100 is student. So I'm a student. I'm learning, and that's I was close to 100. But if I was able to get 101, senior student. So maybe next round or next time we play, I'll be a senior student. That'd be fun. But yeah, so senior student. And it's all thanks to getting these two. But that is the game of Gutenberg. And I hope you enjoyed the solo playthrough. Let me know what you think about it. And I do recommend, so I'll show you the other side since the board's kind of clear anyway. I just take a final pick here. Hold on. All right, so on the other side of this board, the mess is here just because it's just me, but usually you keep a clean table. On the other side of this board, which you'd use for 3+ players, is just gives you more options. So you'd have more cards here to choose from. In a 2 or 3 player game, you could use the Automa to kind of mix up some of the things, or to kind of add some more randomness to the game, which I think you would do that in a 3-player game or a 2-player game. It'd be nice to add this in just so you have more options, because in a 2-player game you don't really have more options, but here you would. So I would definitely suggest adding this in to a 2-player game to have more options. There's 2 spots where you would have 2 more of these goal cards here, so it's worth it having this Automa, and it's very easy to manage. I love this, and there's more cards than there are turns in the game, so I love that there's 3, 4 actions that I won't see, so you can't really memorize the cards, but essentially you're moving these around. It's a cool way to blind bid, so it's a kudos to the person who made the system. But that's Gutenberg, and I hope you liked it, and I'll be back some other time with another game. So until then, cheers guys, and have a great evening, day, weekend, week, you decide.